Oh, we missed the whole trailer. It's hard to do. It's a long trailer. Oof, it is hard to say where I am or what I was doing. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. We are level 64. I thought we were level 63. 64 is one better than 63. We need to get to level 70 before I start Shadowbringers. And so, today, we're just going to do our dailies. Anybody is welcome to hop in and join me, and we will play all the things. First things first, let me see if I can get into a raid. Let me see what the timing's like on that. Average wait time is 25 minutes. That's actually a good sign, I think. Alright. While that's ticking, let's go to the gold saucer. But yeah, if it retrieves like role waiting list information and I am below number 6, we will stay in this queue. Otherwise we'll hop to something else. If it comes back and we are 7 or higher, that means like we gotta wait twice as long as everybody else. But in the meantime, we can play our scratchers. Said that weird. Scratchers. Said that like I was in Tomodachi Life. 36. That is the worst you can do. It was so close though, if that 4 was a 3. I've been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life. I was a little worried about it at first because for my kids' entertainment, I feel like I need to put them in the game. There we go. Yay! And so, like, my biggest fear was I would put me, my wife, my kids in Tomodachi Life. And it's kind of like an aquarium where you just watch stuff happen. And I was genuinely concerned that they would do stuff like date each other. And I would have no control over it. But go figure, they accounted for that. And so, like, it's really easy to put, like, family or real people in there. And, fair enough, they make it so children don't fall in love. They become besties. That's what they do. Alright. We are number 14 in the role waiting list. Yeah. That's not gonna happen. One of these days we'll do an alliance raid. But not today. Which one do I do? I think we start with leveling, go main scenario, then trials. No. We're in. The instant pop was kind of a surprise. Tara Deepcroft? Yeah. Is this? It's like the second or third lowest level And look at Bluebell. This really isn't anything to be afraid of. But I feel like a lot of the responsibility for this one is kind of on me. They're dying too fast. I can't cast any spells. Like, genuinely, no pressure in this game. But if the levels get low enough, like, the only thing that really matters is that you do enough damage. That, like, you clear genuinely fast enough. I don't know, I'm overthinking it. Like, that's just the stress I choose to take on in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, we are genuinely all good here. Yes, freeze, little guys. This might be my favorite, like, extremely low-level dungeon. I mean, it's short, it's simple. They all are. This one's very kind of to the point. By to the point, I mean... you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing. Like, you go down the spiral staircase, you push all the orbs. It's as easy as possible. I like the glamour on this scholar here. That was like the first glamour I ever made. once I decided to learn how to do glamour. I think I was a scholar too at the time, actually. I was Skate the Fire. Ooh. Hey, Be Golly 101, thank you so much for the raid. Hang on, your raid message is a story. I'll read it in a moment. If you see these dogs in the front yard, just know that upstairs is going hard. Bing bong. Awesome. How are you doing? What were you playing? I don't believe I've ever seen you raid me before. And I am a hard guy to find, if you don't already know who I am. Like, there's gotta be like 40 people streaming Final Fantasy 14. Hello, Notice Drip. But I hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, I really do appreciate it. I'll check you out afterwards. If anyone wants to check out Be Golly, there was a little auto shout out when you raided. You were playing Club Penguin using Final Fantasy 14 or Final Fantasy 9 tag. Oh, you raided me playing Date Everything before. Okay, we are friends, and I hope I followed you back. Would only be polite of me. But yeah, Date Everything was a fun stream. Like, I try to play a wide variety of video games over here. And Club Penguin is one of the ones... Sorry, not Club Penguin. Date Everything is one that has, like, wide appeal for a dating sim. Yeah, Final Fantasy 9. That was one of my favorite Final Fantasies. My favorite was Final Fantasy 6, probably followed by Final Fantasy 1, followed by Final Fantasy 7. But I think 9 is number 4 for me. Meant to say Final Fantasy 14? Yeah. Okay. Final Fantasy 14 doesn't count in the list because it's too different. You're very new to the game, so you've been hesitant to stream you playing it. Man, it's the anxiety. Who summons me from the void for this crude vessel? Says Squid Boy. They're cheering me on. They think I'm the guy who's never done this dungeon before. And according to my glamour, I look like it. But yeah, this, in my opinion, is the best MMO out there currently. And I'm a big fan of it, but I do suffer from like massive social anxiety when I play it. I just like hate playing a game where I can lose for other people. That's why in the higher levels I'm going DPS, because like if I lose, it's more likely to be just for me. But then, like, to add on to that anxiety, doing it in front of other people can be like, you know, a little nerve-wracking. But I will 100% say, I'll give you the commendation. Let me go ahead and pass on these things. Boop. Boop. But yeah, I highly recommend streaming this in particular, because the community is super, super nice. Wait, why did I come back here? I was trying to go to Limsa Lominsa. But anyway, if you're feeling, you're probably done playing games for now, I imagine, because you just ended your own stream. If you felt like squatting up, we're grinding levels until level 70 so that we can play Shadowbringers as a black mage. So we're just doing dailies here. And what do we do next? I think main scenario is probably the next choice. But yeah, if you want to join in, you're welcome to. Anyone's welcome to join. We're currently on Primal Behemoth. Just chilling, doing our dailies. And at the rate of leveling, we'll probably be doing the same next week at the exact same time. And then by the time May rolls around, we'll actually be doing Shadowbringers. Probably. We'll do like the level 60 through 70 black mage jobs. And then we'll do Shadowbringers. Hi, Kitty. You want to say hi to everybody? Did that come through the mic? There we go. Those are proper kitty noises. I have to meow the cat manually so people don't think I'm a liar. Sometimes he comes here and he's super, super quiet. I discovered recently that I'm allergic to my own cat, and it's a bit of a struggle. I can feel my eyes watering already. Like, I don't know when I became allergic to him. It's probably been this entire time. I think it's gotten worse as he's gotten it to be an older cat. But, you know, he's been around for 13 years, give or take. So, you know, he's not the kind of guy you get rid of. Is it easy to play with a single cross hotbar? No. So I've got multiple crossbars. You double tap with the right to bring up this one. You double tap with the left to bring up this one. Left, right brings up my get out of here sprint chocobo. Right, left brings up my group AoEs. Let me figure out who I use to like design my hotbar. I'm gonna do it like a YouTube search. Trying to. There's a cat on my lap, controller in my way, and a mic arm, all fighting for my attention right now. Let's see, Black Mage, controller setup, Final Fantasy 14. Who do I use? Squintina. Squintina is like a YouTuber that I follow for like hotbar setup. Like her stuff's out of date. There's probably better guides. But like I like using her as like a guide to like get started. She's really good at telling me what abilities to put where. And so like in general, like your main rotation is on the right. With Black Mage it gets a little tricky because like you swap to the left and basically have more of the same rotation. And then like for big AoE dungeons, like you do this. I do find I use Scathe a lot more than you'd expect, but honestly, I find this a lot easier than keyboard and mouse. And this is the only MMO where I will ever say that. The amount of effort they put into like controller setup is crazy. Because I know they released this for like, I want to say PlayStation 4? At some point, like, this came out on consoles. And I really think they put in a solid amount of effort into controller setup. That said, I am on PC, and there are a few things that I find I have no idea how to do. Like, duty setups are pretty good, but like maps are a little hard to control. You get used to it. But yeah. This is the only game I do, the only MMO I would ever recommend running controller on, and it is easier. I feel like it's better. PS3 when it came out? Yes. Yeah. Like, I tend to swap between controller and keyboard and mouse pretty much 50-50. Like right now I'm playing Soul Mask during the weekdays. That I 100% went keyboard and mouse. Remnant 2, I went keyboard and mouse. Some games like are just kind of like clearly keyboard and mouse. Timberborn was one of them. Elden Ring, 100% a controller game. I'm trying to think of what else I use controllers for. There was a while where like every single game I was playing was controller. Guess I've been doing a lot of keyboard and mouse games lately, like Slay the Spire 2, obviously keyboard and mouse. But I imagine if you get used to it, you could probably fly through like a roguelike deck builder with a controller. Hey, old man Windbreaker, how are you doing? Welcome in. Let's see, which one do you think we're gonna get? Praetorium? Or main scenario? That's basically all anybody ever gets. You know what I wish? I don't know. I don't think I would want to give them this level of control, but if they took Praetorium out of the rotation for like when people sign up for duty roulette and nobody like signs up for that dungeon specifically, like if we were all experienced people and we could potentially skip the Praetorium forever, that would be nice. But at the same time, I don't want to give them that level of finite control. I'll have unintended side effects, like everybody forgetting how to do the Praetorium. And Ultima Online. Now, I played the old Ultima Online. And it never quite clicked for me. I had a good time. And, you know, it was fun just wandering around, seeing people set themselves on fire, and wondering what the heck they were doing. They were building fire resistance. But yeah, the first MMO I really got into was EverQuest. And thinking back on it, like, man, I'm glad I didn't go insane on that one. I've got a bad habit with MMOs where, like, I re-roll another character every 5 seconds. And something that makes me bitter about this game is, like, I make myself an old man for, like, stream purposes. But, like, when I want to, like, be a different class, I want to create a whole new character. And Final Fantasy XIV kind of punishes that. Boop. And here we go. Oh, the Ultima weapon is an MSQ. Right. Sorry. I saw Ultima and for some reason forgot it existed in Final Fantasy XIV. I was like, man, Ultima Online, that's a reference out of nowhere. Like, I don't mind fighting the Ultima weapon. That one's like more of a trial. Yes. Port Decumama. So this is the Ultima weapon. What a coincidence. We were just talking about you. But like this one, I don't mind. Because it's way, way shorter. Because it could have very easily been Why are you spinning the boss? A fun prank, maybe? I mean, I like a good prank. I'm down for it. Wait, who's dead? The samurai? We got a new tank. And that's fine. Maybe he's not a new tank. But he definitely made a social faux pas. Things have one job, and that's to push the tank button. Whew. So it wasn't him spinning the boss, it was because, like, the samurai was also drawing aggro. He stands somewhat close to the samurai. Gotta be careful. The samurai is a better DPS than I am. And so he tends to get targeted. I don't know. I also have to count on the fact that, like, the tank is pushed the "we don't die" button. And so I have to have faith that he won't accidentally unpress it. I think he unpressed it. Okay, it's back on. What's your deal, tank? Is he aggro juggling to the samurai on purpose? Ah! No, wait, I can't outrun this. Please give me my mana back. Yeah, that tank is a perfect example of, like, the social anxiety that you can feel while playing this game. He made a very big but, like, common mistake, and I don't think anyone blames him. But, you know, if I were him, I'd be, like, worrying very deeply about, like, what other people thought about me.
But the ultimate weapon is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand? Can his strength truly be so great?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
Who said that?
La Brea.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal he bears.
I do that.
So, this is what empowers him.
Beyond mortal limits. If you are to prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light. And so it shall, for the ultimate weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Aleg failed to scratch. The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
A spell without parallel. Ultima. I sought the life force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
Lahabrea, what have you done?
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Damn you, Ascian.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power.
Oh, this looks like it's gonna be devastating. You think that was his intent?
Pit of the seven hells, to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Ow. Yeah, look at that devastation. Can't believe Gaius did that intentionally.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Oh, my bad.
Oh, Hydaelyn. It seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belzar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
We will speak later, Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains. Come, adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
Okay. We're all here. Bloop. So it looks like the samurai actually does deal with a little bit of lag. Because, you know, theoretically, you should have come out of that cutscene at the same time as the rest of us. Hi, Goober. It's pretty typical here. I cast the spells. Mana ward a little bit. That was our healer down. Shame about us dying here. I guess I'll just have to dodge every single hit. A stack marker? I didn't see a stack marker. Was that my fault? That might have been my fault. And there goes the tank. I'm just wondering if I should stay alive. Blah. I'm just gonna hang out with Goob. We won't miss a stack marker again. If we pile on the Goober, we will survive. There we go. No one's missing it this time. Oh. At least, like, I can review the tapes and be like, yeah, there was definitely a stack marker. But at the very least, if I just stay stacked on Goober regardless. There we go. I kept him alive. It was me. I'm the hero. I saw the invisible stack marker. It wasn't invisible. I was just distracted by other things. I will say, like, not to put any blame on the victim here. Well, I hope I gave him enough room. But I do kind of expect you to run to somebody when you get the stack marker. Don't expect people to run to you. And ideally you run to the tank. Like, I don't think there's any stack marker where, like, he's continuing to attack. I haven't gotten to the upper level dungeons yet. Oof.
No! No, no, no! Yeah.
We'll skip this cutscene. Good for you, tank. You did your best. Although making it to Ultima without having tank stance on lock is an impressive feat. I mean, if you're solo playing, like, it's easy to, like, forget that's a thing. But even, you know, if you were the oldest warrior in the world, I'd still forgive you. I think the samurai was a better player than us, because he was getting the DPS aggro. But he also had lag, and so occasionally he'd stand in the ick. Our healer was good. Any healer is good. Like, if somebody selects hero or healer, that's like 90% of what I need out of a healer. The other 10% is healing. and 0.0001% damage. Okay, so we did leveling, we did main scenario. Let's check on the Alliance raid while I've got time. Average wait time, more than 30 minutes. Delightful, delightful. Our role in the waiting list is less than 6. We can stick around in this. Oh my god, we made it into an Alliance raid. I've forgotten how to do all of these. It is time to feel pressure. Cannot execute it this time. Let me drink my orange juice. If this takes more than 40 minutes, we're gonna die. We might get slightly less XP. Oh. Drink that orange juice. I want to have to think about it in the Alliance raid. The tank forgetting to tank up. That is a catastrophe. Why is your name White? I don't think I've ever seen a white player character name. What happened? Is this cat girl your secret minion? Oh! I'm sorry. The bird on the shoulder was the actual character. I had lost my mind. I was like, that's a minion name. I thought this Lalafell here straight up had a giant cat girl minion who he could control through emotes, and I'm like, how much money did you pay for that? Can't just straight up buy a cat girl. Technology hasn't gotten that far yet. Although there was a scientist who was doing like cross-species genetic engineering or something like that. And he was like a serious scientist, and he was forced to make a tweet that was like, stop asking me for cat girls. I'm trying to stop disease. One of the best tweets of all time. I wish I could have gotten into the realm of mad science. I did computer science because it paid well and I was good at it. But, you know, after 30 years in the workforce, I'm like, oh, I actually hate this. Took a long time to realize. It's a little freeing realizing that you hate something that you dedicated so much of your life to do. I mean, like, I always knew there were more fun things. Stopping by to say hi and then back to sleep. Well, thank you for popping in to say hi. KJ Bonon? Bonon? Not entirely sure how to pronounce the name, but I hope you have a good sleep, or chance to dream and all that. Just Kobe? Nice. Good to see you, Kobe. Hasn't been the same since the helicopter incident. As a minor celebrity, I think I can still get away with saying that. By minor celebrity, I mean like Z-list. Like, I'm well known enough that somebody might log in to say hi before going to bed. That is the level of celebrity I am. I got scammed. I need to withdraw from this alliance raid immediately. I think I see what happened, and I think I hate it. Somehow, somebody got in without me. I think somebody queued up with a tank, and I was last on the list of DPS. And so I became first in the new list, which means it would have been like an hour wait. But we almost snuck in an alliance raid there. Okay. Trial time. Glad to see they were waiting for me. Bowl of Embers hard. Yeah. This one's not bad. You just, like, destroy the nails. And try not to get set on fire. I did beat the solo extreme of this. Why did I do that? Oh yeah. Wondrous Trails. Tales? Wondrous Tales? So like the Chloe business. But the idea being, I wanted to see how much experience turning in like a Wondrous Tale book would be worth. And it's worth a decent amount. And they hate that guy in particular. Nice try. I've got Mana Ward. No minor damage for me. Okay. You are setting me on fire, though. Just FYI, average wait timers on duties are BS most of the time. It'll say 30 minutes and can start in 5 if you're lucky. Yeah, there's a lot of things that depend. And so, to actually gauge the time, you need to figure out, like, where you are in the queued squad. And so, like, we hopped into Alliance Raid. It said, like, average wait time, 30 minutes. And it popped immediately for us. Now, the reason that happened... Hey, it's Kuga. That's the same guy we were with. Hey, man. That was the samurai. He was a ninja that time for some reason. But yeah. So, like, we queued up for an Alliance raid. Is that all I have left? I have high level dungeon. We gotta do a high level dungeon. But, so yeah, queue up for Alliance raid. Average time, 30 minutes. If you are DPS number 6, or I don't know, if you're on the tail end of the number of DPSs that are in a raid, it can pop immediately for you, which it did. But then the tank, one of the tanks did not queue up. And so I was last DPS in that raid. And what I believe happened is a tank and the next tank that squatted up had a DPS buddy with him, adding up like one more DPS than was queued up before, which bumped me exactly one slot up, which put me on role waiting list number 1, which meant I did have like a full 30 minutes to wait before getting queued again. But like right now, we queued up for an Alliance raid. We want to see like where we are in the role waiting list number. And I want to know, how many DPS are there in a raid? Like, we haven't done a raid in so long. Let's see, FX raid. Raid primarily uses 2 party sizes, 8-player full parties and 24-player alliance raids. Okay. Yeah, but how are the roles divided up? Okay. 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. So that means that there are 12 DPS. And look, I am number 12. This is ideal. This is the situation you want. Well, honestly, I'd feel more comfortable at like number 11 or 10, so that like we don't get bumped by like a party with healers or tanks. Because my fear, looking at like the role waiting list number, is that it'll go from 12 to 1. And if that happens, we got to drop again. We'll go to the high level dungeon. But right now, we're in a fairly lucky position. That said, I will keep my orange juice up to 60. That said, I am happy to party up with anybody who wants to play. We are on Primal Behemoth. I'm keeping an eye on this stargazer here. Who are you looking at? I've got this like paranoia. Like whenever I see somebody who like stops to look at me, they are watching the stream and they want to party up, but they're too shy to say. Is this a giant squirrel over here? I don't know if I've seen this particular costume before. Alright, we're level 66. Did I ever get... Wow. I've got full better gear. Honestly, it's not a bad look. Pretty good. Where did I get all this? The Sergi. Did this come from Stormblood? Like at some point, whenever we had a chance, if I didn't have gear that would immediately go on a ninja, I was picking up gear for black mages. And so I'm not that surprised. I've got kind of like a matching set of random white named gear. Do you think we're going to get into this? How much time do I have? If we don't get into this in 8 minutes, not 8 minutes, 18 minutes, we got time. Then I am going to pop off and do a high level dungeon. Because the goal is to get as many levels as possible. Oh, hello. See, now that's the look. Although this also is quite a look. Louis Soir. I love that. I love that he's wearing aerobics gear. That is probably the most interesting. I don't even know what to say. Color palette I've seen. Like the 80s aerobic gear on Louis Soir is fantastic. And then there's this guy with the glowing red stabbers. Act cool. Well done. You have an umbrella. Now is everybody just in group photo mode? Doing the first person walkthrough. What shirt is that? Like, I like the wild colors. Can't even tell what class you are. Do you have a weapon on you? Now Gordon here, showing off that they have the same parasol. I have a parasol too, you know? Is it like an action? The general command? I don't think it's an emote. It is a... It's not an item. Is it a... It's not a face wear. There's like a... There's a button to whip out the parasol. It came with my pretty earrings. Speaking of my pretty earrings... Yeah, they're still there. Yada yada. Fashion accessories? There we go. Would you look at that? Boom. Oh my, is it raining? Whee! Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I get why somebody would have one of these. I don't think it's like a great look for me unless I'm going for like Dick Van Dyke or Mary Poppins era fashion, which I kind of am with this hat. Although if we're going like musicals with this hat, I think Sound of Music, like the Lonely Goat Herd number, because it's like a very, very German hat. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's definitely the kind of thing you'd see with like, you know, your lederhosen. Which, of course, is German for leather pants. And just thinking on that, like, I feel like if you were in Germany and you said lederhosen, they would think of, like, modern leather pants. Or what do they call modern leather pants if they don't call them lederhosen? Hi, kitty. Do you want me out for the people? That was a good one. But have I found a sensitive area? Got a mouthful of cat. Ow. Okay, he's biting. I did find a sensitive area. I was giving him pets just below the rib cage. And he was kind of like shivering whenever I hit a spot. Do you have some kind of flaring beneath your ribs, kitty? You got old man pains? Because, dude, same. Like, I got this thing where I just hurt Like, it's not anybody's fault, of course. But like at a certain point, your body hurts and you're just like, I guess that's how life is now. At least that's been my experience with doctors. I'm like, doctor, I think my finger's broken. And they're like, nah, your joints are just garbage because you're old. I'm like, ah, thanks, doc. And they're like, that'll be $1,000. But yeah, it's gotten to the point that like any minor fall is just like a permanent pain addition forever. Like, it'll heal and it'll feel better, but like it'll still hurt. You're on Windrose right now? Nice. Good morning, Ada. A 15 stream watch streak. That's impressive, especially since I changed my schedule so that like I do Friday mornings and Friday nights. But yeah, Windrose. Good call. I've heard nothing but good things about Windrose. I went Soul Mask over Windrose because I was like, Windrose is early access. I'll save my excitement for the 1.0. Like, I've been a bad judge of character in that sense. Because I've played a lot of survival crafting games that came out in 1.0. Or came out in early access, and they were garbage. And then, like, I miss all the ones that come out in early access and are actually good. And, like, the odds are like 50-50. We're about 8 minutes before we give up on this raid. Ooh, we went to roll list number 11. That's good. That's good. Like, I think we're waiting on tanks or healers. And so, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the DPS stack is probably a solid 20 deep. Wait a second. 20... There's 24 people in an alliance raid. Right. And out of those 24, 12 of them are DPS. Am I right? Yeah. Like a full party, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. And a raid is made up of 3 full parties. And I think ideally in the DPS queue, you want to be number 11. Because if a healer queues up with a friend, which is a thing that happens, you don't want to be passed over. Because like if a healer pops in with a DPS, they're going to be like, you get to cut the line. That's your Disney World Fast Pass. And so it happens often. So you don't want to be last in the list of DPS. Because like if we dropped and re-queued, I'd probably be like roll number 20. If I queue this up, will you tell me what you're waiting for? So like they answered this in like a Final Fantasy 14 question. So like how the queuing works here. It says they need tanks. And usually what that means is that they could be missing multiple roles, but like tank is like first on the list. Like it's possible they need tanks and DPS and healers. Once the tanks fill up, then it'll stop saying it needs tanks. And it'll say like it needs healers. So like here, there's a tank queued up, but there's no healer queued up. So like it says we need a healer. But they might also need DPS. They probably don't, but they might. And if it says DPS, that means miraculously there's enough tanks and healers. But they are genuinely short on DPS. Like the DPS one is the only one that tells the truth. Passe Partro, welcome in. How you doing? We got like 5 more minutes in the Alliance raid queue, and then I'm going to drop, and we will try the high-level dungeons instead. But like we're in the ideal position, I think, in role waiting list for an Alliance raid. Yeah, keep an eye on the role waiting list number. If it drops down to 1, then like that's a nightmare scenario. That means we're waiting on 8. No, not 8. 12 healers and 6 healers and 6 tanks. Doing fine, just woke up. Yeah. Maybe not 6 healers and 6 tanks. Like depending on which role overflows, usually the tank. We might be waiting on 5 tanks and 6 healers. Either way, not the best position to be in. The role in need change? It did. It changed to healer. That's a good sign. That is a great sign. That means we have the number of tanks we need. Like, theoretically, we could still need DPS. But that seems unlikely. Role list number 3. Alright, we have to drop. That means parties queued up. Gotcha. So I don't want to be 11. Like, I'm still kind of like figuring it out in my mind. This is like the first time I've done dailies in the past couple of months here. But if we went from roll number 11 to roll number 3, that means there were 4 or 5 DPS like teamed up with a healer or tank. And if that is normal, then instead of being roll 11, the ideal spot is like roll 8 or 7. For Alliance raids, 3 tanks, 6 healers, and 15 DPS. Is that true? Only 3 tanks? I guess that makes sense. Like, the 6th tank would be like the off tank. Well, the off tank. Things things are going really wrong if you need 6 tanks. But let's see. 3 tanks, 6 heals, and 15 DPS. Would love to come help. You're just trying not to pass out at the PC. That's fine. It's completely optional. Like, we have time for a high-level dungeon. Oof. Roll number 3. Which could be fine if one of the first 2 DPS fell asleep. Like, maybe their queue popped right now. And one of the guys died at their computer. We can only hope. Yeah, this is... I want to say this is the worst part of Final Fantasy XIV. Grinding levels. At the same time... Ooh, the role waiting list number did go down to number 2. Somebody did die. Now, does the role waiting list number mean after the next pop? Or am I like number 2? Like, am I number 2 in the waiting list? Or am I number 2 for this role? I think I'm number 2 for this role. But, like, it could be that this means there are 2 people ahead of the waiting list. Like, they are just there. But I think that's... They wouldn't call that, like, a different waiting list. It's just one list, right? You also tag for dungeon level 65. Is that Bartum's Metal? Ooh. I remember soloing that one. And I remember getting rocked. Missing 63. So I'm not missing anything that was not in the main quest line. So, like, there are a lot of dungeons I'm missing. Like, I don't have, what is that place? It's not Fara Missoula. It's the place with all the poison stuff where you have to eat the fruit. It's important for, like, one particular thing. I think maybe it was for unlocking, like, squadrons or something. Like, it was mandatory. But, like, we've only done dungeons for the sake of progressing the story. Like, the only exception to that is I did do some extreme trials for Wondrous Tales reasons. Missing the Ruby Sea dungeon. Yeah. And so if that wasn't part of the MSQ, that's why I don't have it. If it was part of the MSQ, then, well, then that's just life. That could be one of the reasons. Hey, it's Ada. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be struggling to survive. but welcome in. Do you want to be a tank? You can change classes if you want. I'll requeue. But, like, it doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. But yeah, tagging at this time you can be a bit tougher. Yeah. Not sure it matters. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Like, a lot of people will suggest, like, going to the Oceania servers to queue at this time. But my best luck has been the Primal Data Center. Hi, kitty. Yeah, you are a kitty. Will you meow into the mic? We can attempt a healer queue if you want to try it. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Meow. I've been thinking about white mages a lot lately. Mostly their hoodie. Like the classic Final Fantasy 1 hoodie. I think in 14 it's called like the cleric set. But like probably my favorite Final Fantasy drip in the world. That's the one. No, it's not. That's the Little Ladies Day. I think that's what it's called. What do they call Valentine's Day here? That's a good look. I like your chatty staff there. It's a little haunted. Valention. What is Little Ladies Day then? You got the summer gear. I've only got like a couple glamour plates set up. And somehow I managed to lose my Marauder drip. This is my healer outfit, my ninja outfit. And Black Mage was set up like when we were low level. I've got to like go back now that we're almost high enough level. But yeah, very soon I need to make like another glamour plate. Oh yeah. That's the, is it a sky rat? But yeah, short shorts. Nice summer outfit. Oh hey, did I show you? I have an umbrella too. I believe it's in fashion accessories. That's right. You're not the only one with an umbrella. I spent real money, which I am ashamed of. Which most people should be ashamed of. But I did that to like speed up the leveling. I did get my glow sticks finally. How come your glow sticks are blue? Can I change the colors of my blue glow sticks? Oceania would be on right now, which is why you would go there. Yeah. And I think a lot of people think that way, but I still think like Primal queues a little faster. Maybe like right at 4 a.m. Central Time in the US. Chicago time. Woo! Seasoned Glare Mage. I imagine when you say Seasoned Glare Mage, the subtext is that you're so good at your job, you don't even heal, you're just another DPS out here. I mean, you heal, obviously. But the primary care of this position is blinding people by the light. You know, lit up like a deuce and all that. I'll save you. You got bear slapped. DPS need some kind of way to help people. I mean, like, you know, doing damage is helping and all. But I feel like one of the core things DPS is missing is some way to, like, I don't know, absorb damage heading for, like, a healer. Like, if you could just choose to, like, eat something in place of a healer. Like, you can't choose to tank damage for the tank. But you could almost call it, like, a suicide button, or, like, get down, Mr. President. So, Paladin, am I done with Remnant? Yeah, I think I'm done with Remnant. Unless somebody can tell me, like, a good reason to keep playing Remnant. Like, I don't think Remnant changes enough that it would be good TV for, like, the average member of my audience. Like, the people who love Remnant, and they would love to see more Remnant. And I can't blame them for that. It's a great game. Like, it's up there. Probably in my top 100 games of all time. Probably safely in the top 100. I don't think I'll make top 10 necessarily. but I play a lot of games, so like the fact that it's in consideration is like a huge bonus. That would take all the fun out of healer. What, you like the pressure? Like, I think I get it. Like, it's almost like a Souls-like vibe of, like, only the talented survive. And I could see you wanting that sort of experience, but, like, the problem with that is when you die, you take everybody with you. And I feel guilty about that. I know I shouldn't. But that's where, like, my healer social anxiety goes. I can't see. And I have a cat attacking me at the moment. Which is normal. These are normal cat things. It's afraid of the snow, but I guess it just slows you down. It doesn't hurt you. Kitty, you need to leave the microphone alone. It is not dinner time yet. Or breakfast time. What time is it? What day is it? But yeah, so Remnant 2, higher difficulty, better builds, getting tons of missing loot for said builds. Single playthrough is a major injustice for the game, for real. I agree. And like, so I think I'm going to keep playing it, but I think I have to stop streaming it. Like, I think viewership will drop off after you play through the boss once. Like, unless you become insipidous. Because you can absolutely like be a get good type player where you dedicate so much time and effort, like it becomes a spectacle to watch you again. Now that is not my play style. My play style, or my strength. Let me go ahead and mana word up. My strength as a streamer is that I want to move on quickly. And so I play through like a ton of different games rapidly. Like, I'm even thinking of picking up a new game tonight. I'm looking at a game. What's it called? Tides of something. And it's like an interesting, like, choices matter game. Where, like, oh. Well, thank you for the rescue. I thought I was safe in my little corner. But I guess I have shown the irresponsibility of my ways by getting frozen once. Don't mind the intrusive thought. The healer intrusive thoughts are like the real fun of being a healer. Ooh. I don't know why I need it on that. There's no way I need anything from this dungeon, right? I just saw casting and I'm like, that's me! The fun of being a healer is seeing all the mistakes people are making. I don't know, I feel like things are calmer and you can see them. So you need to be a healer and a tank to recognize the mistakes people are making. But after that, it's easier to see them, I feel. Well, maybe it isn't. But like, we noticed a lot of mistakes in our Ultima fight earlier. Like, they weren't big mistakes, like... I mean, like, you never judge people harshly anyway. Like, we're all human. But, like, we had a tank that did not put on his tank stance for a while. Which resulted in the death of a DPS that was lagging. Speaking of lagging, you alright, Gator? You know what? I think things have changed now. I don't know that I can get their attention from you. Speaking of noticing mistakes, I wasn't paying attention and I don't know what happened there. Did our tank get disconnected? Or did he die, respawn, and then run all the way back? Well, with the Ultima fight, people get complacent because it does so little damage. That's fair too. Honestly, there's like a million reasons like why something can go wrong. And I am a big fan of like guessing what happened. It's basically my job in real life as a software developer. Trying to figure out what exactly is happening is a big problem. Short rib, you're hurt. Ada, you're hurt too. You are dead. Run away! Wait, was returning to the start point of Snowcloak a bad idea? No, we're good. Because this poor tank is squishy? Ah, they do be squishy. Gotta reassure him. All good. I did notice, like, he lost health very, very quickly. But, like, I appreciate him going for, like, the pull everything. Like, the options are, like, try more than you can handle, or try as much as you can handle, and lose occasionally. Or single pull, and, you know, we just deal with it. And I think even if we die, like, once or twice, like, multi-pulling, we're still probably going faster. And the only one who has to live with the shame is him. The dove areas, you want to kill at least one. They do lots of AoE. Ah. Yeah, no shame in failure. 100%. Hey, thank you for the follow, Tofu. Oh. Speaking of shame, I watch the cutscenes. That's my shame. Go Fenrir. You can do it, buddy. He was waiting on his mitigation cooldowns. It's kind of sweet of him, but like by the time you need him, like you'll have him. Do we get behind one of these? Yeah. Hang in there, short rib. I mean, like, it's a good sign he's using his mitigations. What I'm keeping an eye out for now is if he pops more than one at a time. That's another common tanking error. I say these things like I'm an expert. But like, I mean, I know how to play a game occasionally. Wait, which one do you hide behind? This one. Bye, tank. Ah, you made it. But nah, he's doing good. He had exactly one popped up for the tank buster. He knows what he's doing. I was a little slow on the mana ward. Like, I'm trying to practice perfect play. Can't quite do it. But I do try. Like, I made a mistake in there. I popped Lucid Dreaming while I was in fire mode when I can't gain mana. So like, I boosted the mana regen, but I can't do the mana regen. Hey, good rescue. I notice Ada always runs to the right. And so if I want to be in the healer safe spot, gotta go to the right after it explodes. We're so close. I'm doing it. Starstorm. Woo! I did a limit break. I almost never do those. I think I was pretty good at it when I was ninja, but like it didn't come up that often. I didn't do my player condemnation. Oop. Went back and rewatched the tank definitely DC'd for a bit. Yeah. Condemnation. Yeah. You picked up on the joke. I did want to commend him so that like he felt better about the things that happened, because I think he was taking fault and possibly like feeling guilty, but like I want him to be happy. Like he did fine. I've had much worse parties. I remember like mentoring somebody through like Sastasha, like while every other party member dropped. I'm like, this is the buttons you need to press. Like he kept toggling on and off tank stance, like because he thought it was like something you casted regularly. That was a fun one. Probably new to the game and doesn't have the tomes to get the tome gear. Yeah. I mean, like, if you've made it to Stonecloak, you've gone through a Realm Reborn, which means he does have the tomes, but I bet he doesn't know where to use them, which is like perfectly fine. Yeah, you've known a few tanks like that. I mean, like, it is what it is. Were your eyes glowing part of the ability? Or was it part of the part of the gear? Because it's a nice touch if the weapons can make your eyes glow. Yeah, it's the ability inner release. Okay, cool. Yeah, Paladin is still my favorite tank. Let's see, Paladin's my favorite tank, Astrologian is my favorite healer, but it would be White Mage if I was good at it. I think my favorite DPS is Dancer, but second, for like physical close, I would probably go Monk. And as for caster, I think it's gonna be... I mean, like, I don't have a lot of choices. Like, it's Black Mage or Pictomancer, right? I guess Summoner's in there. But who plays Summoner? Nobody, that's who. But I think my favorite caster will be Pictomancer. I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I had a good time. Thanks for everybody who popped in. There were questions about like what games I play. To be fair, you can request anything. And I'll check with my analytics tool whether it could get viewers or not and whether I want to play it. Like there's a crossroads of three things that I measure. Like, one, does the community want to see it? By asking me to play it, you are telling me you want to see it, and that's a good sign. Two, do I want to play it? And the answer is usually yes. I love most games, unless the game looks actively bad. I do probably want to play the game. And then three, the one that usually kills the games from the list are if it would do well on YouTube or Twitch. And so, like, I think somebody, maybe you, Acid Rain, if you're still here, recommended I play Chronos Before the Ashes. In the end, like, you want to see it, I want to play it, but like nobody would watch it, and that's just like a sad truth. I'm trying to do this as a career, so I do have to pay attention to that. One day I can quit my day job. Right now each stream is like worth $7. We're getting there. Like, that's more than I thought it would be worth. I do appreciate you all, everybody who's watching and hanging out. Especially you, Ada. Thank you for popping in to help. Now let's find somebody who's playing games to raid. It took too long saying goodbye. People have left. But... Ooh. I'm gonna... Oh. I'm gonna raid my buddy Danagast. He's a chill dude. Plays cozy games, and he's playing something interesting. Barely Brave. Some new roguelike deck builder? I'll raid him on YouTube too if I have viewers there. I don't. Everybody left. That's fair. And you just joined for the first time? Well, hang out with me for like 30 seconds, Happy McLean. I appreciate you. So, welcome in. Is this your first time? Well, you said it's your first time. Hang on, let me mute Dan. He's talking to me. But welcome in. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you enjoy the content I put on YouTube. I understand if you can't, like, make it all the time. I stream at weird hours. Thanks for the 30 seconds. You've been watching your videos for some time? Nice! I know you're out there. Like, I am aware of the people who see me but never have the opportunity to speak. If you're ever looking to just like hang out and chat, I do have a Discord. I don't have like a Discord command in YouTube, but you check like the YouTube description. Like, a lot of us hang out in there. It's a pretty small Discord. We get like a post a day, and it's usually mine. But like, it's a fun place to like hang out. Any case, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.